My name is Obi Rita Onyinyechi, co-founder Fendol Limited. So at Fendol, we hash, we grow, we process, we package tasty, sand-free dried catfish. I'm very excited and prepared about today. I'm looking now to win the grant award, make connections, get mentorship, and of course, sell some of my products today too. Good day, everyone. My name is Rita Onyinyechi, co-founder Fendol Limited. Can you imagine how many people buy dried catfish every day in Nigeria? And how many of them end up getting disappointed? Recently, from a Google search, I found out that an estimate was made that out of 220 million Nigerians, 10,000 to 3 million people buy dried catfish every day. I have been disappointed by buying a catfish from the open market. Maybe you have been disappointed, but me, my friend Chidima, who has also been disappointed. So 5 years ago, she narrated the story of how she tried to impress her husband as a new bride by preparing him a sumptuous meal. So she bought the things she needed to make his meal from the open market, cooked the meal with joy, expecting to get some accolades from him. And on the first bite, it was sand. The look on his face was not that of love. He was in pain. She was embarrassed and she was disappointed. At that moment, I realized that it was not just her problem, it was a widespread issue. Fish gotten from the open market, they're exposed to dust, exposed to germ because of the environment where it's being sold. They're contaminated by sand and dirt because of the poor processing handling. And the taste and the freshness are inconsistent. So therefore, customers do not really trust what they buy from the market. And this is where Fendol come in. We are providing solution by producing high quality, hygienic processed, tasty dried catfish using our controlled farm environment where we monitor water quality, we monitor the states of the pond to prevent outbreak of diseases, and then we do consistent feeding using 40% of our feed from our in-house feed meal. What's our difference? What differentiates us from the open market? After harvesting of this fish, we ensure that this fish, they are cleaned properly under running water. And then we marinate it in our unique spice blend, transfer to a smoke oven to reduce moisture faster, under 24 hours. Then we transfer to the electric oven where it's dried in the next 4 or 5 days. And from there, we'll pack as the orders come from the customers. We use our farm management ecology to track our sales, our products, our customers, and our products here. We are positioned globally through our e-commerce website where customers can place their order and make payments. Fendol, like every other farmer, started with 2 ponds and 1,000 fish. And today we have over 300,000 fish stocked across 77 ponds. We've sold 75,000 fish in the last 3 years. And we have 335 customers. About 50% are repeat purchase customers. And 90% of our growth has just been basically on referral because of customers' trust. The dried catfish gives us 7% of our income, while the fresh catfish gives us 30% of our income. Household, basically, our primary customers are household and marketers. And we also sell to supermarkets, we also sell to fast food vendors and other food vendors. This is our growth revenue. We have in 2023, yes, we made 6.7 million. In 2024, we made 6.8 million. And in 2025, we made 10.1 million with a monthly average sales of 1.3 million. We're estimating that in 2026, we're going to make 15.6 million. And this shows that we can times 3 our X in the next 3 to 5 years. Our catfish gives us the fresh catfish gives us a margin of 62%, and the dried catfish gives us a margin of 70%. So this in the future, Fendol is looking at franchising and empowering aspiring entrepreneurs in the aquaculture. We're looking at adding a new product, catfish fillet, and we're also looking at using the digital referral system to reward our partners and our communities people around us. This team is dedicated to keep building trust in our in the food industry, and we're asking for 15 million naira to increase our feed production by 60% and our revenue base by 50%. And this will help us get 200 kg extruders, 200 vertical dryers, and logistics marketing. Thank you.
So your ask is 15 million. If you don't get 15 million, what happens?
Every 1,000, every 100 makes a difference. It mustn't be 15 million.
Because you've cleverly and brilliantly put your projections and what you are tying it to. And my worry is that if that misses, wouldn't it leave some room for maneuvering?
No, sir.
For survival?
No, sir.
So you have it under grip?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so that's fine. And then how many grants, investment have Fendol benefited from?
Sorry, sir.
How many grants, investment, loans has Fendol benefited in the last 10 years?
So I would say in the last 5 years, because that's when we officially started doing the business. So we've gotten financial loans from the banks and for like 3-4 years now, yes.
Okay, in terms of productivity, I see you have well laid out things. Your graph shows some sort of traction from the little and you're growing. That's encouragement. That's well done.
Thank you, sir.
Now, what is your production strength? I've seen the products. When you have, I'm going to be fair to you. I'm sorry I don't push you to the corners.
Okay, sir.
But I see that what you are doing and what others has placed before them, you have some traction, more like an accelerator, not an incubator. And then you are clear with what you want.
Yes, sir.
And what you're going to use it to do.
Yes, sir.
And I'm thinking, in your own words, in your own mind, if you get the money, would it be the best value for Fendol, or do you think another woman here should benefit more from it?
It will be the best for Fendol.
Thank you. Well
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Thank you for your very clear presentation.
Thank
So
you.
basically,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
it is that you produce catfish
Yes, ma'am.
and you sell either fresh or
Dry.
dry.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you just have packaging
Yes, ma'am.
around it. And your market is usually where?
So
Who's your typical market?
Sorry. So we sell across Nigeria, and even we export abroad. We have customers abroad. We sell here in Nigeria. We sell here in Aba. So the demand is so much, and we're not able to meet up with that demand. And that's why we are looking at building our capacity. At the moment, like I said, we have over 300,000 fish stocked in our ponds. But then we try to build gradually and steadily so we can keep our quality.
Okay, and for this, what if you say you're exporting? So do you need licenses? Because this is food items, this is agriculture. This you usually say, are you carrying? So how do you export?
So basically, like I said, our primary customers are basically household for now, and then marketers. So most of the people that we export to are household. So people traveling, they buy from us, and then when they find people who are also traveling, maybe coming pick up. Yeah, they pick up on their behalf. Yes, please.
Okay, well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let's see, 50.
This is 15 million.
50 million?
Yes, projection for 226.
No, 225. What did you do?
225 was 10.1.
10.1
Yes,
from
sir.
January to
Yes.
December. Okay.
I want to say a very big thank you to AfriLab, Visa, and Rad5 for organizing such an amazing event. It was impactful and insightful, and it was indeed a good experience.